Good morning. My name is Smiley Alexander. That's my real name, Smiley. And my parents moved to Los Angeles when I was about 4 years old. I went to kindergarten there in Los Angeles, Norwood Elementary School. And from the age of 9, God started calling me with tracts, different people witnessing to me, telling me about repenting, not so much repenting because I didn't know what that meant. They told me to be good, be nice, don't steal, don't, cause any trouble. In other words, that's what I thought being a Christian was and whatever a Christian was. So I really didn't know. So on through life, people would always witness to me, give me tracts, tell me that if I didn't repent and I died, I was going to hell. And a lot of people described to me what hell was actually like. And back in those days, this was back in the 50s and 60s, it was all over the TV and radio that, people were going to die and go to hell. And I kind of believed that, but I didn't think it was for me because I thought I was a pretty nice guy, I wasn't a violent person. I didn't steal because I was taught not to do all those things. And but I did everything else. I hang around with the wrong people. I drank and got into drugs and everything. And as time went by, and people would continually to witness to me on the streets, mostly on the streets. And I was working over in San Fernando Valley. These are the things that I really remember how God was working in my life. And when I was selling Yellow Pages, and I went into this one business guy, and he witnessed to me, and he said I should become a Christian. And I told him, I said, you know what? Everywhere I go, people are telling me I should repent and all that. I said, I've been getting this for I don't know how many years. And he said, well, when that's a good, he said, that's a good thing because that's going to come a time when God quit witnessing to you. And if he does that and you die, it's all over. And that stuck with me. That kind of scared me, but it stuck with me, and I appreciate all the people all through my life that witnessed to me, that were not afraid to witness to me, that took the time to witness to me. And because my family didn't know Christ. Nobody in my family. I came from a very large family. So during that time, I'd become a pinochle player, and we had this is fast forwarding, and at the pinochle games, I was the president of this little club, and we would go from house to house and play pinochle, drink, and everything else. And then my life kind of like fell apart, and I moved back to Los Angeles. And one of the old pinochle players got in touch with me and wanted me to go and repossess her son's car. She had co-signed for him, and he wasn't making the payments, and they were charging her. So I went over, she picked me up, we picked the car up, and I asked her, I said, where do you go to church? Because I've been searching, I've been thinking about joining the Muslims, joining Buddha, all that. But the only thing I really remembered how to do was go to church, because at a young age, I was made to go to church, but I didn't get anything out of it. It was a show to me. And I saw people on radio and TV, like Reverend Ike, talking about how you get rich and all that. And then I heard about all the infidelity that was in the church and preachers doing all kind of awful things. And I said, well, if they're doing all that, why bother? So anyway, she started taking me to around the churches, and I heard a part of the gospel, but I had heard the whole gospel during those 30 some odd years that God was witnessing to me on the street. I'd heard bits and pieces, and it finally got to the point where they told me that Christ died for my sins, he was buried, and he rose again on the third day. And that if I admitted that I was a sinner and confessed that and repented of it, he would save me. But I didn't act on that until one night we were, it was May the 10th, 1985, went to play pinochle, and we were drinking, smoking, and smoking dope and all that. And this girl that was taking me around, the one that I had went with her to repossess the car, asked me did I want to receive Christ. And I thought about all the past, it just like that. I thought about all the witnessing and everything that passed by me in the past, and I said yes. And so I prayed with her, but nothing happened. I went to bed, and then the next morning I woke up. It was like the whole world was on my shoulders, and I was relieved. I can't even describe to you the relief that I felt, and the joy that I felt, and I started, seeing things differently. Actually, I felt like scales falling off my eyes. And I went and I was going to the store. I remember sniffing at the flowers and listening to the birds. It was a whole different life for me. But in a second like that, I had a image come in my mind. It was the darkest, most evil, most horrible image that you can imagine. I can't even describe it to you. It was the horror of hell that I saw in just a flash of a second. I don't know if it was actually hell. Was it my past life that God was revealing to me? But whatever it was, it scared me, and it put it in my mind that I didn't want to see anyone go to that place. So what I did was I started witnessing. Matter of fact, I went over to my drug dealer and bought some drugs. I've been saved now, and I went over bought the drugs and the wine that I usually drink, went home, and the drugs didn't have any effect on me. The wine didn't have any effect on me. I was completely delivered from that, miraculously. I mean, I didn't have any withdrawals, but I was hooked on it. Before that, I didn't have any withdrawals or anything. And I said, oh, God is really, really powerful. And I started witnessing it, and that was part of my life. That's why I got this mask. I had seen on a bumper sticker, "Make peace with God." And that stuck with me too when I got saved. I said, thank God I made peace with God. That's why I got this written on my mask, "Make peace with God." I just want to tell you that if you're praying for somebody, keep praying for them. If you're witnessing, keep witnessing, because God will be faithful, and He will do what He does that He always wanted to do, is save people. Thank you.